I'll be recording it. Okay. Now, when you come here, what I'm trying to do today is a very basic small scenario where we will assume that we have started a business and how we are going to take it forward up to the balance sheet. A very small, simple example I have prepared here. And here, whenever we speak about accountancy or the entries that need to be made, we have something called as master data and transaction data. Any idea what is master data and transaction data? Let there not be a gap. We should keep the conversation going. Whatever you know, you can tell. I want you to tell something wrong. It is still fine. Because that is the beginning. We begin there. Yeah?
Transaction data means I think whatever the transaction happened, that data uh, which we get, it's a transaction data. Master data, I don't know.
Okay. Yesterday, when we did this, our example was this stationery expenses and cash, two sides to the same transaction, which was this. Okay. Now, when we said stationery and cash, if I go on having another transaction, if I have a next transaction, there again there will be cash account involved and something else. So suppose say here I am buying some, I'm buying printer. What will happen? Printer is a asset and cash both will be involved. As a printer, real account, okay, debit what comes in. Printer is going to come in for 40,000, and then I'm telling cash will be credited because it is going to go out. Okay. Now here, if you see, for the printer later on depreciation will happen. Still it will be in the name of printer. Amount will be different based on the value. Here cash is 40,000. Here this is 40,000. Now if you see cash got repeated here, whatever we do will go on putting under the cash account. So that account which is created is the master data. That will be there. We will use that, reuse that again and again throughout the period, throughout the business for different transactions. So we have master data, which is cash and expense. The transaction data is this is one transaction, this is another transaction. There can be more transactions. Okay, there can be many more transactions which keep happening by using the master data. Now that is what I meant when I said that master data and transaction data. You need to understand this also because SAP works based on this master data and transaction data. Okay, and whenever we say a software, it has a database, and on the database we have all the configurations, programs sitting. Once the configurations are in place, we will have master data and transaction data. Master data also will be created, then transaction data. Day in and day out, the business will run. The transactions will happen. That is how the financial data gets generated. So there is master data as well as transaction data. Now we discussed this as well, the golden rule. I'm trying to give you an example for a business, a small business. Just a brush up for you people, whatever, because I'm not assuming and jumping into the system that, okay, you know everything, or because you have graduated. This is a refresher. You can understand that it will be only today. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to get into the system and see what's happening there. So a small business we will set up today. Yeah. Tell me.
Anu, this in master data, only the cash will come or some other transaction.
No, forget that. Simply I put that. I wanted to tell you that this small business, whatever we are running, is going to be on cash basis. For now, we will
Okay.
not deal with any of the credit transactions. That I'll come to it later when we see in the system itself. Just a
Okay.
very small business, very simple example I'm taking. Okay. This cash, whatever I had written, is not for master data. All the accounts, now capital account, furniture account, cash account as such, these are all master data. The entries that you make inside that, by using that, by reusing that, is the transaction data. Simple. This will not be your interview question. It is too simple, too, they'll say low code. No, it is like that. You need to understand this to gather knowledge on the later part of the system. Master data, transaction data will be there. With this only, you will arrive at an understanding and then we'll be able to explain further topics. What I'm doing now, this whatever I've told you, is like ABCD. What is ABCD? Tell me. Alphabets, correct? Yes or no? Talk to me, guys.
Yes.
These are like alphabets. Yes. Once you teach a kid alphabets, what do you do after the kid has learned the alphabets? I know A to Z, A, B, C, D. We give them a rhyme, everything it learns. Then what will you do in the next step? We'll say CAT, cat, RAT, rat. Then we start making sentences. Then we start building the paragraphs or prose, poetry, whatever. Then the subjects will come in. The language, alphabets, words, sentences, paragraphs, stories. Then the subject also will come in. Likewise, yesterday and today what we are doing is the ABCD of just the finance function. Then we'll come to the ABCD of SAP. Then the stories of SAP. For today, this is going to be your ABCD for your finance function. Now, the capital investment. Suppose say I'm starting a small business on cash basis and I am into cycle business. One example I've taken. So it means that I am trading. What is trading? What is trading?
Buying and selling
goods.
Buying and selling. I'm not manufacturing, I'm not putting any, I'm kind of a middleman. I buy at one price, sell at a higher price. Difference is my profit. Now I am into cycle business doing this. I'm into trading. For this purpose, what I'm doing, this entire thing is I'm laying down the scenario for you to understand what we are doing. Here, trading, and also for our ABCD is going to be just for 1 month. 1 month, once they start the transactions, what is going to happen? How the books of accounts will look like. Just few transactions for 1 month as if the business has started in the same month. Now, what will you do when you want to start a business? You need money, correct?
Yes.
Yes or no? Yeah.
Yes.
That is the equity. The people bring in money, whoever is starting the business. Now, capital investment. I've taken an example of say some 15 lakhs. Now, this is your transaction. That is why I've given a color coding, okay? Different color. This is the transaction. And what will be the entry?
Cash account debited to capital account.
Capital. The accounting entry for debit and credit I've given. For this transaction, there are two sides to this transaction. What is to be debited, what is to be credited. Credit, debit. Same amount. Amount will be same. So I'm not repeating the amount again and again. In these two, you understand, right? We have these four: assets, liabilities, expense, and income. Your entire world cannot go out of this. It's an asset or a liability or an expense or an income. Within these four categories only it should sit. Now in this account category, these two fall under what? What is cash? What is capital account? Cash is your asset. Capital account is your liability. Okay. And then this is going to be your balance sheet items. Both. Where will this sit? The category here, account category is asset and liability. Where will this fellow sit and where will this fellow sit? Both will sit in your balance sheet. On which side will this come? On which side will this come? Be able to see my screen, what I'm pointing out. On which side of the balance sheet will you record or will you show cash account? On which side of the balance sheet will you be showing the capital account? Yes, yes. Matadabeko.
In asset side, the capital
one?
account will capital account.
Capital will come on asset side?
No, cash. Sorry, cash account.
Yes. Cash will come on asset side. I've written here also, so easy for you. I've written the same order, cash, capital, asset, liability. Both are going to come in the balance sheet only. Let us pick up the next item. Okay, now calculators are done now. Okay. Suppose say I am into cycle. I thought you will get confused with accounting cycle and also I put calculators. Okay, let it be calculators only. Because accounting cycle will be there, process, those cycles will be there. So I'm going to purchase buying and selling of calculators. Now, once I invested money, I will be buying, correct? I'm buying for 10 lakhs. Okay? I'm buying for 10 lakhs. And what are the two accounts involved here?
Purchase account, cash account.
Cash account. One is expense. This is asset. The first one will go into profit and loss account. The next one will go into balance sheet. Okay. Without much secrecy, I will show you this is what I've done so that you people will understand what we are doing. See, this part is the transaction that I've listed out. Which account will be debited, which will be credited is what I've written here, and then the category. Now, I want one of you to read this and talk about it. Put this line into sentences. We had our ABCD yesterday. Today, let's talk few sentences. We purchased calculators for 10 lakhs and we are selling for, come on,
13 lakhs 75,000.
75,000. And what are the accounts involved? What will
Cash
be the
account.
Cash account and sales
Sales
account.
account.
Super. Then account category.
Asset and income.
Wherever you see cash, cash is your asset only. But only thing is it will be debited or credited according to the transaction. Cash is your asset. Sales account,
Profit or loss.
income. Yeah. Okay. P&L account. Then here the
Balance sheet
classification.
and profit and loss account.
Wherever cash is there, blindly it is cash is balance sheet. Asset. If income comes, it will be P&L account. If any expense comes, it will go to P&L account. Asset and liability. Only one liability we have here, and then we are put into balance sheet. Okay. Now next one, furniture we are purchasing. That's an asset account. Both are assets. Furniture also asset, cash asset, and it is going to be balance sheet. Both are balance sheet. I purchased the computer. I paid some advance for the shop that I'm going to set up. Then I need to pay salaries. Understand? This is for 1 month. Okay. So I'm paying salaries. Salaries means I may be paying for 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, but this month's salary is 25,000. My example. And store rent. I'm paying the rent. I paid advance and then I'm paying the rent. Now here, why advance is our asset? Can you tell me? This one not producing.
Because later it will come to us.
Yes. It is our asset. Though we have given the advance, later on it will come back or we will use it. It is an asset which will remain in our books of accounts. It will be shown on the asset side. Advances were given to outsiders. If you have taken the advance, where will it come?
Liability.
Loans and advances on the liability side. Simple. Now salaries for the month, rent for the month, discount given. What is discount given? Slowly analyze, because these words or these accounts, whenever we use in our transactions later on in the system, you should be able to quickly tell, okay, that is going to be debit or credit. So likewise, now you tell me, understand and tell me, discount given.
Like we will provide a discount.
It's an expense.
Okay. In order to sell, I'm encouraging people to buy from me. I will give discount. That means I'm letting go of a portion of my sale amount
Profit.
so that I'm able to sell. It is my expense. So total whatever I've sold for 13,75,000 in the month, in the current month, whatever I've set up business in, I give this much of discount. So that will be out of, this is my income, but this will be my expense. Okay. So what are the two accounts involved?
Discount account and cash account.
Cash account.
Expense and asset, P&L
Asset.
account and balance sheet. Likewise, we spent something on marketing and advertisement. I purchased printer. I spent something on stationery, and I spent something on the power bill. Very little few examples I have taken. This is the transaction. This is your accounting debit or credit. If you see here, if you I'll zoom it a little. If you manually take time, just a minute, and if you manually count how many accounts are there, how are you counting?
14.
14.
Okay. And this cash account, what did you do? You did not count it multiple times, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because it is repeating. This is what I have tried to explain to you as master data. All these accounts are your master data. Okay. Now, using this master data, we post the transactions for whatever purpose we have incurred throughout the month, and then that has to show in your this category. Also, we have listed out, and then we know where in the balance sheet it has to sit. Now, based on this, can we draw a trial balance? What is trial balance? Trial balance. We just draw out and see whether all our entries are correct or not. When I have two accounts for every two sides to every transaction, and debit and credit will be equal to each other, and then I am posting the transaction. So end of the day, if you see, debit's equal to credit, correct?
Yes.
Debit's equal to credit. Now with this scenario, I want to check account wise whether my debits are equal to credit. Can you tell me? Okay. Okay. Here, what are all the accounts that we will draw? Now, what all accounts we have?
Cash.
And discount. Anything is repeating here? No.
No.
One more, what I left out is?
Capital account. Sales account.
Yeah. When I draw a trial balance, actually after your, one second. After your transaction posting, this is called journalizing. Once you post the journal for each and every transaction as and when it happens, what we do is we take out the ledger balance. What is a ledger? Each one we are telling it is a master data. Each account will have its own balance. This cash account, there is plus, there is minus. Okay, this is plus, these are all minus. When all this net of all this, because of our example, only cash account is repeated. Rest of the things are not repeated. Actually, it is not so. In real life, each and everything can repeat. I have taken two places for rent. Then two advance entries will be there. Salaries, I paid for 10 people. 10 entries will be there. Rent for the same two landlords I paid. Likewise, each account, rent account, I have to draw in the T. suppose say rent account. What is rent account? How do we draw this? Have you seen your ledger account? T balance, T type, it's called T account. Anytime, whenever we are going to discuss further, you should always draw a T account and then see what is debited and what is credited. Now here, in this, if you see, okay, what will be debited and what will be credited for this rent account? Only one if you see. In our example, only one is there. If I have to put this transaction, whatever rent paid, what will be the here and here, what will you put? Can you tell me this entry? Can you put it into the ledger from the transaction? This will be your entry.
Yes.
Okay. 12,500. Now what I want you to understand is, whenever we draw a T account like this, whatever this debit and credit is there, and the top whatever I've written is for your understanding. One second. Push it here. This is a visual explanation I'm trying to do so that you guys will get a clarity about what you would have learned earlier also. Here, just consider this as if this is your, whatever you are doing, your transaction itself. It means rent account debited to cash. Here in our example, there is no rent received, rent paid only. For example, if you imagine that there is rent received, then what will be the entry?
By cash account.
By cash account. Whatever, simply I'm writing some amount. It will be this amount. Here it means, if you write a journal entry for, if I take it slow also, once for all you should understand properly. Only one example I'm giving. So that within the same ledger you'll understand both the concepts, how it looks as a journal entry and how you're supposed to understand that. There's rent received and rent paid. Rent paid is how much?
12,500.
12,500.
These are the two transactions. Here rent received means what we will do?
Cash account
Cash.
debited. Cash account debited to rent.
Here rent paid is
Rent account debited to cash account.
Cash account.
yeah, this is going to be the entry. This will be your journal entry, two journal entries if you receive and if you pay. The same thing when you put into a T form, this is what it is going to be. This is your this and this. If you see these two, how do you see? Rent account debited to cash. This entry. Now this 3,000 cash debit to rent from this side to this side. Understood? And end of the period. Suppose say I have both the cases where I pay also and one portion I receive also for my business because I have my building somewhere else which I can't use, so I have rented it out. So in my rent account, expense account, this is rent expense account, I have both receiving as well as giving. Now if this happened within the month, end of the month what will happen?
Brought down. Carried down.
Yeah. This will be 12,500 and this is 3,000. Now we balance, end of the month, we balance both the accounts. Here, which side is more? Debit side is more or credit side is more?
Debit side.
Debit side is more. So what we do is, we'll say balance and then what is the balance? 12 minus 3,500. We'll put here as 9,500.
The balance.
Now it will balance tally now. Okay, these two tally, and then again this balance will go into the next month. Okay, this will go into the next month only until the end of the year only. But after that, because this is an expense account, remember what will happen for all the P&L accounts end of the year? We discussed yesterday.
It will get 0.
What did we discuss? Very good. Okay, this is what this will all reset to 0. So now only within the month this will happen. Likewise for all accounts you should understand throughout the period, end of the periods we will just put in the ledger balance. Whatever balance comes, that is this portion will go into your trial balance. End of the month, now I'm trying to take out my trial balance. Now can you tell me what we do here? This we understood, right? You're understanding? Each account, it's a ledger account. For each master data, the balances will be there. Account wise, net amount we pick up and then we put here. In our example, cash is repeating. Correct? So we'll come to cash later. We'll do like this for cash later. For now, purchase account, what is the balance?
10 lakhs.
We get
10
the
lakhs.
balance or okay. And furniture account?
1 lakh.
1 lakh.
Lakh.
50,000.
Salaries, rent, discount account, marketing and advertisement, printer. This is the balance. Stationery. Yeah. This is the stationery. Electricity is this. And then what will happen for sales
Sales.
account? Sales account?
Credit.
Correct. No? Capital account? Okay. Now if I total these two. What happened? Sales, capital, did we leave out something? 15 lakhs. Purchase. Stamp platform, just come here. Correct. Okay, cash we have not put. We have to put the cash. Now it is not tallying, correct?
Yes.
Trial balance means this is your first step to ensure that the books are proper. Here it is not proper. Now let us see what to do with the cash account. Cash account. Inside cash account, you will not get to and by. To and by will be from all the other accounts where cash is involved. Where all cash is debited? Correct?
Capital.
Capital. That is capital. Instead of that, I'm just taking the amounts. Wherever cash is debited, wherever cash is here. So cash is there and cash is
Sales.
here. Sales. Wherever it is credited,
Purchase.
Furniture.
now if I see the total of this, the proper, this is the ledger. Correct, no? This much. Okay. Now what is the balance here? Cash account, end of the month, because our business is for the month we are preparing. What is the difference now? circular. Okay. Now we get 0. These two are equal. What balance is this? What do we call this? It's a debit balance or a credit balance? You have to tell me. What balance is this? Tell me, which side is higher? Without this, we had not put this. That time, which side was higher?
Debit.
This is cash
Debit.
account. I'm taking it slow. Later on, when I run also, you people will be with me. Okay, debit side is higher.
Hmm.
Correct? How much was it? 1611 to 50. Now, this is the balance which will be carried forward. Where do I put it? The balance in when I draw a trial balance, the net balance after all the transactions within the month, the net balance of every account I'll pick up like that. In all these cases, it so happened we had only one transaction, so directly I put it. Here you understand now there can be multiple transactions for this is called GL account. This is master data. The net balance only we pick up for trial balance. How much is this? Now is it tallying? Trial balance?
Yes.
Your debits and credits are equal. This is how trial balance will be drawn. This is how trial balance will be drawn manually. Okay. All this happens automatically in the system. What we do is we only put one entry. The moment I put this here, it will come here, it will show in the trial balance, and it will show in your balance sheet also. If it is balance sheet account, it will show in the P&L account if it is P&L account. That is the beauty of SAP. One time entry and multiple times it will be used. It can be analyzed, it can be reported. Okay. Now this is trial balance. After this, what we need to prepare? Tell me. What did we discuss yesterday? We said journal entries, then ledgers. This is my ledger, correct? This is the ledger. We prepare trial balance. Now these two are pending. What is the P&L account? Let's prepare P&L account now. We have all the data here. When you manually do this, pick up an example and do it before you come for the class tomorrow. Because this helps. You only need to, after this class, immediately if you sit just for half an hour also, you can draft. Same also you copy, but understand and write, understand and write. Why I'm telling understand and write? Same thing you have to do for all the configurations and settings that we are going to do in the system. If you copy, it will work. I will also say good. But later on, when you have to do it originally, it will not happen. You will not know why you are doing it. So from now itself, understand the why of every transaction that you have. That every amount or the figure that you're committing into the system, only then you will be having a grip on what you're talking, what you're doing, and what solutions you deliver as an SAP-FICO consultant. You have to arrive at that. You have to become that. Now here we have our P&L account. We have to prepare the P&L account. We have all the data for our P&L account. Here, wherever we have put P&L, that part. Here the second part is P&L, here and all it is first part is P&L. This first part is this, all this is first part, all this is second part. Okay, now let us go P&L account. What is profit and loss account? If I'm drawing this account, I'm drawing for January. It will be for what? It will be for the period. Don't forget this, for the period. If I started my business in January, my profit and loss account I'm drawing now because I did all these transactions in January. Okay. For January, I've drawn trial balance, which is tallied. Now I'm going to draw the P&L account for the period. Balance sheet as on, that will come next step. Now P&L account, what will be your debits and credits? Tell me. And let me put in a proper format. So shall we pick up now one by one? P&L account. What will be P&L account? First one. Do you have any P&L here in this? No.
No.
You have P&L here?
Yes.
Which one? Purchase account.
Purchase account.
Okay. So purchase account balance is here. I'm putting formula. Why? Because this is how is in SAP also it will get linked. One time if you do, if I already had this formula here, whatever I put here, it will come. Here it will come. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. That is why I'm showing this in the formula type. One P&L we picked up. Then next P&L,
Sales.
sales account. Where is it? It is on the.
Credit.
So now I'm picking up sales. Where is it? This much I've sold. Then where is my P&L? These two got over. Then we are here now. In this, except this, all are in P&L. Okay. So what do we have? I'll put it on top. Okay. Now, all this P&L account. Where are the P&L accounts? All this. Correct?
Yes.
So I'll pick up P&L account on the debit side. All these are on this side, debit side. Correct? So I'll pick up this. I was linking it here now. Okay. Salaries. And then this is what I have here. Now salaries 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 here. 6. That one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which one I left out here? And let's pick up everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 only. Which I have taken extra. Printer I have taken extra. Okay. Now until 4 of this. Okay, so we have picked up these 3, 4, 5, 6 sales. Control. What did I do? Rent, salaries, rent, correct. Rent 1200. Discount, marketing. Then I've taken stationery. Stationery. Okay, this is what I've done. Okay, this is what. Now next, what do we have? We picked up all this P&L account 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 1. 7 we have picked up. Sales will come on the credit side. 7. Do we have 7 here? 6 only. What did I lose? What did I miss out? Can you tell me? Rent, salaries, rent, discount, marketing, stationery, electricity. Okay, the other one will come on this side. Fine. 6. Then what we have here on sales, we have this sales and purchases. What is the net amount now? What is the difference? 1 second, just salaries, rent, discount, marketing, stationery, electricity. Okay, fine, done. Now what is the difference that we have? Can you tell me the difference? Let us put that formula. 3,06,200. Which side it will come? Which side is higher?
Credits.
Credit side is higher. When in P&L account, when credit side is higher, what does it mean? Your sales is your income, correct?
Yes.
What did we put here? For sales account, where are we? Here. What did we put? It is on the credit side. Sales is your income. Remember your PRN command, incomes and gains will be created, nominal account. Okay.
Yes.
So I have put that is my income. Income is higher than my expenses, all the expenses together. Now this will be profit. Sorry. Again, circular reference. Okay, no need. Now it is 10. Okay. This is your, note this number. Here you need to understand, I'm just putting red because it doesn't mean anything or danger or nothing, right? It's profit only still. I'm putting in red so that you keep this in mind. What happened when we picked up from trial balance? What all have we picked up? Can you tell me now? What all have we picked up? We picked up purchase.
Furniture.
Then furniture did we put in P&L account?
No, no.
No. Okay. Then what did we pick up?
Sales, rent,
Something.
discount.
Okay. All this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 we have picked up. And this one. We have picked up this. The remaining are your balance sheet accounts. Okay. This green, whatever I have highlighted here, the net of this fellow is on the credit side, all the other greens on the debit side. The net of greens on debit and greens on credit only is your 3,06,250. Correct? Huh? Agreed? Or any dispute there? Come on, guys, talk. Okay. So this is our P&L account. Now if I draw balance sheet. Balance sheet. What is my wording there?
As of.
Okay.
For the month end, I'm preparing the balance sheet. Okay. Now, there's a clarity now from the trial balance. I've picked up all the green ones. Remaining ones definitely go into your balance sheet account. Okay. Do you want to see again here, which is balance sheet? And because we have clearly picked up, only the asset liability will go into your balance sheet. Rest of the P&L accounts we have picked up and put into P&L, debit or credit. In balance sheet, either it's asset or liability, we'll pick up from the trial balance and show them here. How is it normally shown? Though we tell asset and liability, I'm telling asset and liability. How is it shown? It is shown the other way around. Correct? In balance sheet. This is our traditional way of showing your balance sheet, but it will even come in your horizontal format. This is what you call the vertical format. That means all the assets can be shown, then the liabilities can be shown down. Like that, one by one it will come, and net results they will show at the end. That way also the balance sheets are drawn. You should not get confused just because it is not side by side. It is all the same. Now liability. What all is your liability? One second. Okay. Okay. Now you tell me what is the liability that you have? There is a liability. Okay, see here. In this entire thing, where is the liability?
It's capital.
Capital account. Correct? So I have my capital account, which is the liability here. This is my liability. What about my asset? Only one liability? Any other liability here? Nothing. All others are assets.
Assets.
Let me pick up the assets now. So going for the assets, it will be in a particular format, okay, that will be put, but here I'm just taking in any order so that we don't miss out on anything. Okay. Computer, advance account, then we have our printer. Okay. Now, after the printer, anything else you have? Capital account we have taken. So all these are there. Now, here, if I take a total now, is it tallying?
No.
No. Why? Because, see, when we put them together here in the trial balance, it is the net of all the transactions. This is the position of all the transactions for January. I picked up from here, I picked up all the green ones, and I have my net amount here. And the uncolored ones I picked up, and those are all balance sheet items I'll put here. This net, profit or loss, in this case it is profit, whether it is profit or loss, okay, it will belong to the owners of the business. Who are the owners? Those who have given us money, equity, the capital, okay, these guys. Now here in the balance sheet, we have to show that money so that end of the period, whatever is the net balance that we have, it is going to go here. Now you see, it is tallying.
Yes.
The balance sheet is tallying. As I said, this is just the ABCD. This is how entries flow. You have transactions, then at the back of your mind this goes on. But for system understands. Debit, credit, the moment there are something called as posting keys in system. Once you do that, it will automatically put plus, minus, and then it will show the trial balance, one entry, one-time entry. Trial balance, you don't have to draw a trial balance. That is what they call drawing a trial balance. You just run a report, one transaction code. We call them as transaction codes. You run a report using a transaction code, the trial balance result will come. Then you will see that the P&L difference also you will see, and this difference also automatically it will show to you in the balance sheet. Now, this ABCD, this basics is our target. The same thing what I've done in Excel should happen in our system. The moment we get system access, I think by tomorrow Arjun will arrange. By the time we get our system access, this is what we are going to target to achieve by the time our session ends or the sessions end. So how these things are happening, how it is set up, then how business will start using this, where you come into picture as a consultant, and with what understanding you can become a consultant. If some understanding is lacking, why you will struggle. These are the things we will learn. Okay. Now this is your story for the day. Any doubts?